Christy, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 9 of my 2018 Valentine Card Series. Today I'm going to be using this little mini stamp set from Lawn Fawn called Hedgehogs, and I will also be using the Authentique Love Struck 6x6 paper pad. I've stamped out my images on some Copic friendly cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to be coloring with my Copic markers today. So for the bottom part of their bodies, I'm using E50, E51, and E53, and I'm starting with that E53 and just doing a shadow right underneath their spikes. And then I'm blending that out with the E51, and I'm going to leave a little bit of room on their faces and their front legs for the E50 just to make it a little bit more highlighted. For their rosy cheeks, I'm going to add a little bit of R20. And then for the top of their bodies, I'm going to use E43, E44, E47, and E49. And I'm going to take that E43 and just color in the whole area of their spines just so that there's a base shade underneath. And then I'm going to come in with the E44, so I am working lightest to darkest this time. And I'm just going to do little flicking motions in a curved shape. So I'm just following the shape of their body and filling that area in loosely. And then I'll do the other guy just the same. I'm going to turn my paper so that I'm able to get a good angle. It's really important to know which direction you're comfortable to flick in, whether it's away from you or towards you. You're going to get a different kind of shape in your flick, so it's going to taper off at one end. And for me, I have an easier time flicking away from me, and I just need to turn my paper so that I can get the right length. Otherwise the flicks would just be too fat and it wouldn't look right. So now I came in with the E47 and I'm just doing the same thing. Some of them I'm going right over top, and other ones I'm just filling in some of the spaces. And then I will finish in with the E49, just doing another layer a little bit more sparsely with that color. I want to definitely have all 4 shades that I put down showing through. And then for the tiny heart, I used RV23 and RV25. I've trimmed out 2 hearts with the Lawn Fawn Stitched Heart Stackables out of Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm going to be doing some ink blending with Distress inks. I'm using Twisted Citron and Broken China. I'm taking the Broken China and just sponging that on the top portion, so that can be my sky. And then I'll flip that over and sponge on the Twisted Citron on the bottom for the grass. And I'm actually making 2 cards at once today, so that's why I had the 2 hearts trimmed out. And these are going to be my focal panels, so I'm going to take all my hedgehogs and begin to adhere them down to the hearts with some Tombow Mono multi-glue. So I'm just adding a little bit to the back of each one, and then I'm nestling them together so that their noses are almost touching. So their bodies are going to hang off the edges of the heart just a little bit, but that's okay because it's going to be layered on top of some pattern paper. So I'll add the little heart right between them, and I'll do the other one just the same. These little hedgehogs make great quick and easy cards because there's not a ton of coloring, and the price point is great on these mini sets too. So I've trimmed down my pattern papers with the Lawn Fawn Stitched Rectangle Stackables, and then the heart is from the largest of the Stitched Heart Stackables. So I'm going to start with my base layer, which is this scattered heart print, and I'm going to put that down to cover the entire front of the card, which is a standard size A2 card, so it's 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. Then I'm going to take the next layer and just center that right over top. So that pretty heart pattern is peeking out all the way around. And then I'll take my large heart, which is going to be kind of the mat for our focal panel, and I'll center that as well. And once I have that adjusted just how I want it, I can take my focal panel and adhere that right over the heart. For my sentiment, I'm going to take a small piece of text print from that same paper pad and a sentiment from the How You Been Conversation Heart add-ons, and I'm going to stamp that in some chili pepper ink. And I'm going to actually stamp this down 3 times because I want a really bold impression so it stands up against that text print. And while I have my MISTI out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside as well. I'm taking that little heart swirl from the Lawn Fawn Be Mine mini, and I'm stamping that in some Lawn Fawn Merman ink. And I also stamped the little hedgehog and the sentiment from the hedgehogs set. I've trimmed out my sentiment with the smallest in those stitched heart stackables, and I'm going to take a little more liquid glue and add that at a bit of an angle at the bottom left of my card. And then I'll bring out the second card. They're actually identical this time. I decided to use the same pattern papers. I really liked that combination. And there was another peek at the inside. So that is going to complete our cards for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Here's 2 extra videos from previous years of Valentine Card Series, so hopefully those will tide you over and provide more inspiration until the next one. Until then, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.